Now, this is 2 Corinthians 5:10. It said, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua HaMashiach, because judgment was given unto him." It says that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. Verse 11, it says, "Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men," right? Persuade, convince, you see, right? So since we know that the Lord can do more than what any person and stuff can think of on this earth, we are persuaded, we are convinced, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to follow his way, you see, right? It says, by inward certainty, you see, agree, assure, believe, have confidence, persuade, trust, you see, right? Right? It says, verse 11 again, it says, "Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men." The first ones that's being persuaded is the ones who set up to be teachers or apostles or prophets or evangelists or seers or judges, right? It says, it says, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh. It says, "And I trust also are made manifest in your consciences." Perception, you see, what you perceive to be is right, you see, right? So this is um, James 1:12, and it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life," you see, which the Lord had promised to them that love him, you see. So when you go into the word temptation, it's provocation. You know, the root word for that would be provoke. When somebody provoke you, they're trying to get a certain action out of you. You see, but the thing is that your body doesn't move on its own. You know, everything starts in the mind. You got to think about it, like how I'm speaking and these different thoughts that come to mind and stuff. It comes to mind first. You see, in order for me to speak, guess what? It's a message being sent forth from my brain and stuff to the muscles in my face and stuff in order for me to speak and sound words, you see, right? And everything that I'm saying and stuff is based off what I choose to say, you see, right? So what they're gonna do in their new world order, Esau Edom, they're gonna uh, uh, put pressure or the squeeze upon people, you know what I'm saying? So it could cause them to decide that, guess what, they're either gonna continue for Yahweh Shem Shai, no matter how hard it get, or they're gonna give up, like most of these agents and stuff are trying to do. You see, or what most of these agents have done. You see, right? It says, verse 13. It says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man, because he gives us the laws. You know what I'm saying? You know, to staying away from evil. You see, he gives us what's holy to stay away from what's unholy. You see, right? It says, "But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed," right? Tempted. Let's see. Entice, right? Let's get enticed. To entrap, delude, allure, beguile. You see, like when it came down to Eve, she got beguiled, you know what I'm saying, you know, because the serpent, you know what I'm saying, right? The serpent, which was a man, melanated man at that too. The serpent had, which is the same spirit of Cain and Esau and the Edomites. Uh, the serpent, you know, used his words, you know what I'm saying, you know, to try to get to tell Eve, it's like, you know, do this and do that and stuff, and bigged her head up, you know what I'm saying? So guess what? That means that she was convinced, you see, that she was doing the right thing, but really she wasn't. You see, right? She was convinced. So once again, James 1 and 14, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. And it says in Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, it says, surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. You go into the word heart, it's the word lob, you know what I'm saying? And it means intellect. And what is intellect found? Your mind. You see, um, understanding, your mind. You see, right? So it says, right? So going back to this James 1 and 14, it says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So, uh, 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 so you gotta be convinced. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna decide it's gonna be something in front of you, and it's gonna and it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like, well, if you don't choose it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't choose the mark, you know what I'm saying, the MOTB, then guess what? You got death coming your way. You see, we're gonna kill you. If you do take the MOTB, then guess what? You can live that comfortable life. You see, right? So it's all convincing. It's all that no man, woman, or thing is talking about something that would be placed in front of you and stuff to further convince you, you know what I'm saying, right? To give up. You see, verse 15, it says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Do not err, my beloved brethren. You see, right? So nobody can do anything to you. You see, I don't want him to be part of the elect and stuff. They can't do nothing. No matter what they do, even if they try to use the scriptures, even if they try to use this, that, and the third, they can't bring you down. This is Romans 8 and 33. It says, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. It says, who is he that condemneth? Why is that a question there? Because you do have people who gonna think that we gonna condemn these individuals. You know what I'm saying? We gonna condemn these people and whatnot and stuff. More than likely Jake's Israelites. We're gonna condemn them, you know, if we do this, that, and the third and stuff, and they're going to go by persuading you and stuff to fall away from the glory of the Lord, or they're going to try to do it themselves. You see, right? It says, who is he that condemneth, right? So let's get that word condemn. It says to judge against, that is sentence, condemn, damn, right? It says, it is Yahushua Mashiach that died, yea, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also make intercession for us. It says, who, verse 35, who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua Mashiach? You see, so I'm gonna skip down. Uh, um, uh, here a little, there a little, right? So this is Romans 8 and 38. It says, for I am persuaded, and I'm going to skip to verse 39. It says, nor height, I mean, I'll just read it all. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, meaning demons, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature, right? And aren't we all creatures? So say if somebody gonna use the scriptures and they say, and they think it's like, well, if this happens and that happens and stuff, if I do this and I do that and stuff to this other person that I want to condemn or mess up and whatnot, then guess what? They're not gonna make it and stuff. You see, right? Right, and especially if it's something against their wishes, right? They can't condemn you. That's what I'm saying. You see, They forced the pork in Eleazar's mouth and whatnot and stuff. But the thing is that he didn't want it. You see, you know, they even they even tried to say and stuff, act like it, try to say that it is lawful meat and whatnot and stuff, just to deceive everybody else, to get them to be like, oh, okay, we're gonna eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Because deception is to cause someone to when it comes down to deception and stuff, you're being beguiled and stuff to do some sort of action. You know what I'm saying? So they got to convince you in order for you to be guilty, because then you got to want to do it. You got to be enticed to do it. If they do it any other type of way and stuff, then guess what? It ain't on you. You see, right? It says nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature, right? It says formation, properly the act, by implication the thing, literally or figuratively, building, creation, creature, ordinance. You see, right? And then it says back in the Matthews, I mean not the Matthews, but the uh, 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 Revelations 3:11. Let no man take thy crown. You know what I'm saying, right? We saw that no man, it was man, woman, and thing. And it also says wit in the blue letter and stuff, meaning any small thing, no matter how small it is, don't let it persuade you and stuff to give up on your how about Shem Shah. You see, and that crown is this wisdom that we have. You see, that keeps us stable even within the hour of temptation. You see, you know, right? Which is going to be when they make the monetary system transfer over to complete digital, but not credit card, not debit card, not uh, uh, um, Android Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay. You know, no longer that stuff. It'll be in that side, in that grain of rice, the RFID chip, radio frequency identification, the different varichips that they want to put underneath your skin or in your brain and whatnot and stuff. You see, in order for you continue to function within society and stuff. You see, right, right. Nothing can stop you. You gotta want it. That's why they're gonna try to they're gonna force affliction upon people. You know what I'm saying? So because if you physically go through certain things and stuff, if the physical is too much and stuff, you're gonna decide to uh, 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 seek for that affliction to cease. You see, and it's two sides to it. How about Shimon Shai? Because it will cease, or your affliction will cease, or you're gonna seek the instant gratification, which is by Esau. You see, you know, what judgment and affliction is gonna come afterwards, as it says in Revelations 14:9. You see, right, right. So you got to decide. You see, you know, it could be forgery going down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say it right now. The contract is not the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the actual device and stuff. And if they can convince you to take it, meaning you're gonna be woke, you're gonna know. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be up to you if you want to decide for it to be in your brain, you know what I'm saying, or in your hands. You see, it's gonna be up to you. And the thing is that if you ain't make no decision, you can't get judged. If you ain't even making no decision through the seat, you can't get judged for that. That's all I'm saying. You see, you know, um, this is it's another scripture that came to mind. Um, it's Revelation chapter 13. I'm starting 14. It says, "And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." The beast is the system. You know what I'm saying? The image is the new world order. You see, right? So I'm going to the word deceiveth. It says properly to cause to go astray, deceive. Now the Lord is or seduce. You see, wander, be about wander out of the way. You see, right? So they're going to try to seduce you, try to lure you into getting it. You know what I'm saying? That all starts within your mind. You got to, if their tricks prevail, you know what I'm saying? This is going to be one of the wiles of the devil. You know what I'm saying? If the tricks prevail and whatnot and stuff, that means that you decided that you want to do whatever it is that they was trying to get you to do. You see, right? Right? That making ain't, well, I don't care if this person don't want to receive it or not. I'm gonna impale them anyways. You know what I'm saying? The person can't get judged. You see, right? So it says, because that's when you go into the word take, it means one's own possession, meaning that you take it for yourself. If you don't take it for yourself, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? There's nothing that they can do to you. You see, right? Because they want to do it so you can ultimately be killed. You see. So this is Revelations 13 and 14. It says, deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Is it saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast? The New World Order. New World Order is going to bring forth the new monetary system. You see, right? Where that's the only way to make transactions, to have everything all digital, cashless society, credit card and debit card list society. You have a bank account, you know what I'm saying? But the new way of paying stuff is going to be in that device that's underneath your skin, which you will have to want to receive because you don't want to go through the harshness of life that they're going to bring forth. You see, which had the wound by his sword and did live. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a Rome all over again. It's just modernized. You see, 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? Worship, meaning to kiss, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you bow the knee and whatnot and stuff, what tends to happen is that the king will put his ring out there and you will kiss it because you're showing homage, you humbling yourself, you're subordinate, making yourself a subordinate underneath that ruler. You see, and Esau, as it says in Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So he's going to bring forth his enterprise, his devices. You know what I'm saying? You know, his vibration that he wants upon the earth. You see, and you know that's going to be the final seal, the final guarantee. You see, and you're going to have to choose. You see, and they're going to come grimy as hell. They're going to come grimy as fuck, man. Grimy, bogus as hell. You see, because they want to crush your spirit. That's all that is about. The stuff that they can't take, can't hold, can't grab because it's not tangible and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got to do everything carnally and stuff just so they can crush your spirit. You see, that's the convincing of being on their side. You see, prostrate, to bow oneself in homage, do reverence to, adore, worship. You see, and when you worship individual, you go after their instructions. You see, and Esau's instructions is that you're going to have this, or else you will be killed. You see, verse 16, it says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That word mark is charagma. You know what I'm saying? It says etching. Remember an etching sketch? You know what I'm saying? You'll have that needle and all that sand that'll be in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what it'll do is that it'll carve a pattern and stuff every time you turn the wheels. You see on the etch a sketch. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? It says as a badge of servitude. You know what I'm saying? A graven mark. You know what I'm saying? So what are you, or sculpture? When it comes down to the sculpture, they take a utensil and they take two utensil stuff. One, you know what I'm saying, you know, to make cuttings in the stone, and then they use a hammer, you know what I'm saying, to make that, to shape out that stone the way that they want. You know what I'm saying? You know, so something is being pierced, you see, right? And the MOTB is not a sin, you know what I'm saying, but the Lord did say that it's a judgment if you receive that. if you choose to take that, you see, I got to choose my words carefully. Choose to take that for oneself, you see, right? Which you will be aware of. No sneaky shit. You will be aware of, you see, because if they sneaking and stuff, then guess what? Where's the opportunity and stuff for you to be deceived to take the actual device? How can you be deceived if you wasn't aware? How can you aware? How can you be deceived and whatnot and stuff if they made sure and stuff that you didn't know uh, 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 what was going on? And I'm talking about being unconscious. I'm talking about being sedated, whatever. You see, because hey, these people are wicked, and what you need to understand is that they can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, Lord, when it says kill the body, that means do anything to the body. Because when it comes down to radiation, which those devices will emit and whatnot, it causes cancer within the flesh, cause cancer within the body and whatnot. And what does cancer eventually do? Kill. And the Lord said, don't worry, but worry about that can kill both body and soul and put it in hell. Your soul. The Lord is the one who could put in your spirit and stuff. You know what I'm saying, for you to want to take it. You see, right? And be convinced that it's the right thing to do. You see. So this is verse 17. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell." Right. So you see, it's going to be the new monetary system, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see, which is Esau. It says, "Here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man." Esau. It says, "And his number is 603 score six, 666." You see, right, right, and uh, uh, he's going to come down with great wrath. This is Revelations 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, those who have this wisdom." You see, because the wisdom is going to keep us stable and stuff, to not have us weak, right? To bow the knee to Esau, but to continue to bow the knee to Yahweh Shem Shah. It says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, those who love this era." You see, and when I say era, I'm talking about ERA. This time, they love America. They love wherever they are and stuff, and the powers and stuff that rule over them. They love this democracy, demon like rule. You see, right? Because because democracy and stuff is a compound word. Demo going into demon, crazy meaning cracy, crazy meaning rule. So demon rule. You see, so warn to those and stuff who likes this demonic rulership as it is right now. It says, "For the devil is come unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And Esau is going to do all that he can and stuff just so he can bring as much Israelites down and stuff, because in their mind, if we take down all Israelites and stuff, then guess what? We get to rule forever. Or guess what? The second covenant stuff will be up for grabs because they're carnal minded. You see, you got Israelites and heathens that think this way. If I hinder this individual and stuff, they're not going to be able to make it. But all it is the belief and the sturdiness, you know what I'm saying, that they have within their spirits, and that cannot be touched. They're going to try to manipulate stuff so the wielder or the holder of that spirit and stuff chooses to give up. You see, that's what they're going to try to do. But if you don't do that, there's nothing they can do. You see, you know. So I hope this video was edifying. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Harak HaKodash. Double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Shalom, wa Baba Ba, Kwam Yasharala. This is Revelations 3. Well, let me grab this. This is Revelations 14:4. And it says, It says these are they, uh, verse 2, verse 1. It says, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount of Zion, and with him 144,000, uh, 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 having his father's name written in their foreheads. You know what I'm saying? You know, that Tawa, as it says in Ezekiel 9:4. Tawa means exempt from judgment. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2, it says, I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. It says, and they sung as it were a new song, right? That new just means renewed, freshness. You know what I'm saying, right? Refresh, renewed, right? It says they changed the definitions, but it says, and they sung as it were a new song. It says before the throne, and but before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And it says, verse 4, these are they which were not defiled with women, and as wisdom is likened unto a woman, right? Uh, 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 wisdom of uh, wisdom of evil or knowledge of evil and stuff would be considered a strange woman. You see, you know, right? And it says we're defiled with women. And this is that don't mean that you ain't have sex with a woman and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's talking about. You see, is that's metaphoric. It says, for they are virgins. You know what I'm saying? There's 144,000 are not men who never had no pussy. It says these are they which uh, 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 follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. It says, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh. You see, right? So this is Revelation chapter 3 and 4. It says, verse 3, it says, remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. You see, they go that hold fast again. If it says, if therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. So we got to constantly keep our eyes peeled and stuff for these prophecies and stuff, so we can know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So we can't get bamboozled. Verse 4 says, thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments. It says, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He that overcometh, right? To overcome is a mindset. Conquer, overcome, prevail, get the victory. You know what I'm saying, right? To subdue, right? And it says, I will, it says, verse 5 again, it says, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father. It says, and before his angels. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Right? I'm gonna skip to verse 7. It says, and the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write these things, saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that have the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth. You see, so nobody can shut the spirit off. No other creature can shut the spirit off. You see, right? It says, and shutteth and no man openeth. It says, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord communing with you, dining with you. You see, right? It says, for thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not defiled my name. It says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That hour of temptation is duration of time. You see, and it's going to be a very testing time. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And what is that? Us ultimately being saved. You see, you know, you know, right, right. The crown that he's going to place upon our heads and stuff for enduring to the end. You see. Verse 12, it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which is renewed Jerusalem, because we're being renewed. It says, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name, renewed name, because we're being brought back in remembrance, right? So this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. You go into that word mark, it's the word tawa, and what it means is exempt from judgment. It does not mean desire. It means exempt from judgment. You see, you know, you know, right? Right? And these are the ones who's going to be exempt from judgment. There's Revelation 7 and 4. And it says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the children of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Judah are the Negroes, Reuben are the Seminole Indians. It says, of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000, the Native American Indians. Verse 6, it says, of the tribe of Asher, the Brazilians, Pewarians, Yagorians. You see, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali, the Argentinians and Chileans, what I'm saying, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh, the Cubans were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon, 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 uh, 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 the Dominican Republic were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi, the Haitians were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Guatemalans, Mayans, uh, 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 Ecuadorians, El Salvadorians. You see, right? Um, uh, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin, West Indians, Trinidadians, Jamaicans were sealed 12,000. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations. You know what I'm saying? And kindreds, right? Kindreds. Fule says kindred tribe. You know what I'm saying? And also that is a race or clan. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites, you know what I'm saying, it's one nation and 12 tribes and whatnot and stuff. And this is who the Lord is dealing with, right? Not everyone. Because it says in Romans 11 and 26, it says, all Israel shall be saved. So anybody outside of Israel, you're through. But these are the ones and stuff who's going to make it on the first go round, you see, because they chose Yahweh Shem Yahshai and not Esau, right? Nor was convinced to go for Esau, you know what I'm saying, but was convinced to stay with Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And it says, verse 9 again, it says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. It says, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, Yahweh, and unto the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shah. You see, right? So all we gotta do is stay headstrong for Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. He said he'll make our foreheads harder against their foreheads, and that's all we gotta do. we continue to do that and stuff, then guess what? Can't nobody take the seat that the Lord already predestined you and stuff to receive. You see, no matter what they do. You see, they can't sit up here and see, look, Lord, he got this, he got that, or all the Lord got to be like, well, he didn't do it, y'all did. That's like Yahweh Shai being blamed. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, make no cuttings in thy flesh, as it says Leviticus 19:28, right? But guess what? They made cuttings in his flesh when they nailed him to the cross. That's like Yahweh Shai being blamed and stuff for his flesh being cut open and stuff, or nailed open. You know what I'm saying? When he wasn't the one who did it to himself. You see? Because he ain't choose to do it. Remember, Yahweh Shai prayed for that cup to be taken away from him and stuff, you see? You know? Right? But he was predestined to be the first fruit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We hope to be predestined and stuff to be the rest of the fruits, you know what I'm saying, within that fold. You see? So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Harakakodash, the one us, the apostles, who great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom, wa Abba, Kwam, Yasharala.